guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tosin. For those that are new here, first of all, I know you're going to crucify me. I've gotten so many DMs. People are saying, where have you been? You haven't been posting on YouTube. To be honest, I love YouTube. I watch YouTube every single day. I'm not of that how would I say, I'm not of that clique of people that will be like, oh, YouTube is boring. It's a lie. YouTube is not boring for me. I absolutely enjoy watching YouTube. It's just that for me to put out videos, I find it very challenging. One, because of the type of videos that I make. I don't just want to wake up on my channel. If I was just doing product reviews, I probably would be putting out videos like back to back every day, but that's not the kind of channel that I want my channel to be. I want my channel to be a holistic channel. So obviously every video I make it based on insights. I make it based on thoughts. I try not to, that's why if you check my video, I barely do tags. I probably have like maybe 6 tags in total of all the tags that I've ever done, of all the YouTube tags that I've been training. I probably have only done just 6, and I'm sure I'm even overstretching it. I doubt it's up to 6. So yeah, that's the reason basically why I don't film a lot of videos. But thank you guys so much. I'm so active on social media. I mean Instagram. I'm always posting on my Instagram story. There's a lot of engagement. So if you're not following me, I don't know what you're doing. Follow me. As I'm talking to you, I want you to just go on your phone and type my handle and follow me. There's so much goodness that goes up on Insta, and I like the fact that I get instant gratification. I don't need to wait for views. I can see it as if people are watching me. It's so interactive. I get to talk to people, and it's just so much fun. So please follow me on Instagram for a daily dose of me. That sounds a bit narcissistic, but you understand what I mean. Anyway, in today's video, I'm going to film about 3 videos today. So if you see this same outfit in about 3 different videos, please just watch me with love. Don't raise your brows. Just watch me with love. But the first one I'm going to do today, I'm going to be talking about going into business with a friend. Now, this video, if I tell you that I filmed this video before, you won't believe. I filmed it. I tried to edit it, but I don't know. I think that day someone was mowing the lawn. If you see the background noise that was coming out of that video, I'm like, no, I can't give this to my people. And it was really bad. I tried to edit it. It wasn't working. I'm just like, you know what? Just trash it. So I'm just going to do this video again, or rather I'm already doing the video again. So I'm going to talk about doing business with a friend. Should you or should you not do business with a friend? Obviously I'll be utterly myopic to say no, you shouldn't do business with friends. That's a lie. There are many great partnerships that have been born out of friendships, and there are also horrible partnerships that have been born out of friendship. The choice is really yours. But from my own personal experience, I've never had to do business with a friend like as an adult. I've done with friends when I was in uni, and obviously because we're all unserious then, it didn't work out, or not as serious as now, it didn't work out. But before I did this video, I spoke to a couple of people, and actually spoke to one person extensively, my good friend, and she's in a partnership with 2 people, and they are both her friends. And we talked about, you know, how has it been working, what are the things she's learned, and I did my own research, and I added my own knowledge base, and obviously, and I thought to do this video. So if you'd like to know more, definitely keep watching. So the first thing I want you to consider when you're going into a partnership with anybody is don't go into partnerships based on sentiments. Now, what do I mean by sentiment? Don't say, oh, Tosin is such a nice girl, Tosin is so sweet, Tosin is so honest, so I'm going to go into a business partnership with Tosin. That's the 4 foundations of failure, those virtues that I just called. Don't go into a partnership with any friend or any person based on sentiments. Go into a partnership with somebody based on the value they are able to add to you. Now, you may ask me, how would I know the value someone is going to add to me if we've not even started the partnership in the first place? It's like you saying, how am I going to know fire is going to burn me until I put my hand in fire? You don't need to get burnt. You don't need to experience fire for you to know that fire hurts. Just by spending time with the person's previous experiences, the person doesn't have to have had a business before you know that, okay, this person will be suitable to go into a partnership with. So go into partnerships with people based on their strengths. Yeah, so for instance, you can say, oh, I want to start this dry cleaning business, and I'm going to go into a partnership with Tosin because why? Tosin is very creative, Tosin is good with branding, Tosin is good with social media, Tosin has a bit of accounting knowledge, and I know that she'll be able to add value to the business. I, on the other hand, let me say my name is Lynn now. I have the money to do the business. I have the expertise. I know about washing machines and all that good stuff. But I'm not really good with social media. I'm not really good with branding. I'm not sure how to pick our organizational colors. I'm not really good with money. I know about it, I have the money, but I'm not really good with money day to day. I need someone that can bring that same value on the boat with me and we can work together. Or you can even say, you know what, I have 200,000 naira, Tosin has 200,000 naira, let's come together to start a business. Now, never go into business with somebody based on solely what they can offer financially. No. There are a lot of people that they have lots of money, but they are horrible people to go into business with. Now, let me explain. It's like you're having a friend, and let me say the person has been privileged to have a good 9-to-5 job, and the person is doing so well, and you feel like, oh, this person earns ₦1 million per month, for instance. So let me use pounds so that we can all be on the same level. Let's say this person earns £2,000 per month. Yeah, and after tax, everything 2,000 naira cash. They don't have any responsibilities. They are able to invest that into my business. So that's why I'm going to go into business with them. No, you can actually get people to work with you on your own idea based on as a consultant or as a silent partner. So you can actually go to somebody and say, you know what, I have this business idea. I don't want you to come up as a partner. Why don't you buy shares in my business or have a stake in my business? Or I pay you off later, or borrow me the money, whichever the case is. Or you can say, you know what, Tosin, you're really good with social media, but let me pay you as an external person to add this value to my company. I'll pay you on the salary basis or whatnot, or for per project or per job. Instead of telling the person, Tosin, let's start this business together. So that's the first things I want you to put in your head. I've said 2 things, I'm going to recap that. Don't go into friendships with somebody based on sentiment. 3 things rather. Go into partnerships with people based on their strengths. 3rd thing, don't go into partnerships solely because of the person's financial capacity, right? Okay, so another thing we're going to talk about in business is when you're going to partnership with anybody, ensure that you have a clear vision of the idea that you want a partnership on. Now, a lot of businesses have started and you did not need a partner. If you actually think about it, when the business now actually started, you've looked at the daily organizational activities, you've looked at all the companies, how will I put it? Everything that's about the company, everything that the company does. You actually did not need a business partner, but you've already gone to add somebody as a business partner who is now posing themselves as a liability of any sort to you. So you actually have clearly thought out the idea. Now, I know that you may need to pick the brain of another person, or you feel like 2 heads are better than 1. So you have this dry cleaning business idea, but you just don't. You're just passionate about clean clothes, or you feel like it's a loophole in your area. You just want someone to develop that idea for you, but you don't know how to go about it. That's why you want to pick the person's brain. Now, make sure that you've clearly thought out your idea. Even if it takes you a year, what is this idea? What am I trying to solve? Where am I going to locate myself? What is the organizational, what is the unique selling point of this organization? For instance, you have to think about the idea thoroughly, because if not, when you put somebody else on board, the person may dilute your idea. And it's not as authentic anymore. So you may not be able to exhibit that level of passion. So for instance, you have this idea that you want to have a business where people are not corporate, your staff, if you're able to afford staff in the first year, it's very casual, people can work from home. Whereas, you now bring someone like me on board that I believe that, nope, 9 to 5, everyone get the job done and go home. Now, this is just a scenario, not necessarily how I am. So you don't want someone that will dilute the idea for you. So ensure that your idea is very well thought out before you even think of adding a partner. Yeah? Another thing you want to consider when going to a partnership with a friend is to ensure that the lines are not blurred. Now, this is like the #1 challenge with business. Now, the reason I'm doing this video actually is because someone sent me a mail. She talked about how she went into this business with a friend of hers, but the person has a 9 to 5 job. So she finds out that she ends up doing most of the job or most of the work, and the friend just stays on the side, and probably on weekends the person gives their best because the person has a 9 to 5. And initially I asked and I said, what was the agreement when you guys started the business? Who was going to do what and how? And she was like, they didn't really spell it out, like contractually. And I just said, red flag #1. Another thing she talked about was that because they both brought in equal capital, she asked the friend that, maybe I should just give you back, the capital, and let's share the profits we've made so far, and let's go on with our, separate ways. But obviously the friend had seen the potential that the business was able to get and wasn't willing to, wasn't willing to forfeit that. I'm like, no, we started this business together. It's either we dissolve it completely or both of us work on it. So those are the issues. So you have to ensure that the lines are not blurred. At the beginning of the contract with your friend, or at the beginning of the business, ensure that there's a contract. I know that you may not be able to afford a legal practitioner to draw one for you, but I'm sure if you go on Google, there are lots of free sample contracts that don't have any copyright policies per se that you can actually check and use it as a guideline on your business. So for example, going back to my dry cleaner example, who does what? Who recruits the customers? Who does the marketing? Who does the physical labor? Who does, actual question. Let's even say dry cleaning business is too far. You want to start selling earrings on Instagram. Who goes to the markets to source the earrings? Who sources them online? Who physically goes to the market? Who opens the Instagram page? Who replies comments? Let's say one of you, how would I put it? One of you likes to use abbreviations, and the other one is like, no, it doesn't rhyme with my company values. I don't want people typing to my customers and saying, how you doing? Stuff like that. You have to be sure who is going to do what and why. So ensure that you have it expressly written down so that you will be able to measure performance. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have something clearly written down, you won't be able to know when what Tosin is not doing a good job. You won't be able to know when Shola is not doing a good job. You need to ensure that you guys both understand, you're on the same page, and there's something that you can both reflect to in case of rainy day saying, okay, you know what, you messed up, and Tosin saying, no, I didn't mess up. You'll be like, no, look at this is number 5 of our contract. It says Tosin must wake up to reply messages on Instagram 7 a.m. in the morning, for instance. So those are the issues that you actually want to look at. Ensure that everything is well stated and explicitly written out. Also on the legal thing. Now, legal is what you're going. I'm not a legal practitioner, but off the top of my head, another thing you want to consider, like a bit legally, is what happens to the business when the business dissolves, if the business fails. How do you guys share properties? Or even when the business doesn't fail, what if one of your partners get married? She moves abroad. She's not able to physically do the roles that she was doing before, but she's really passionate about the business. How do you switch roles? How do you pay your partners off? Does the person get entitled to anything financially? Now, let me give you an example. When I was in university, I tried to start a business with a few of my friends. And we had a business name that I came up with in the group of, I think we're 2 or 3, I can't remember clearly. This was about maybe 9 years ago or 8 years ago. And fast forward, the business didn't work. Everyone moved on with their life. A few years ago, one of the friends called me up. She's like, hey, she has this business idea. She wants to work on it. But do I mind if she uses the business name that I formed back then? Now, the pious me would have said, oh sure, why not, you can use it. But I thought to myself, I said, you know what, no, you can't use the business name. No grudge, no hate, but you're starting a new life, you're starting a new business. I would advise that you use a business name that you can say you own all the intellectual property to that name. Do you understand what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that I'm going to come up in the next 10 years and be like, no, I formed the business name. No, I just felt like it wasn't ethically right, or it wasn't the best judgment for a new business to start a business based on a name that someone else formed a few years ago. So those are the issues that you want to consider. Now that you've left the partnership, or she's leaving, if she leaves the partnership, who gets what? How is things shared? If someone goes on maternity leave, how are they replaced? What are the job description of each person? Just make sure that everything, think of the worst possible scenario. That's the word I'm looking for. Think of the worst possible scenario that can happen, and you guys, both of you or 3 of you, however the quantity of people are, should sit down and discuss, in this scenario, the worst possible scenario, what is going to be our escape method, or what is going to be our crisis resolution for this. Now, finally, I know that a lot of people say, oh, opposites attract, so you need to go into business with someone that is completely different from you. I disagree. I know that opposites attract to a large extent, but when it comes to business, you cannot afford to go into a partnership with someone that's going to be giving you surprises every day. In the sense that they can wake up today and say, oh, I'm in a zen mood, I don't feel like working. Or they'll say, oh, tomorrow we're fasting in our church, so we can't work. I don't know, but you have to be going into a partnership with someone that you guys have similar work ethic, right? You guys have similar goals. You may not take the same approach, but the goals are the same. Your passion for this business is not for you to be an Instagram celeb. Your passion for this business is to be a business on Instagram that everybody knows. Do you understand? Now, in the sense that I remember a few years ago, this is a real life example. So someone that was an acquaintance of mine, we used to be very close back then, but obviously as life happens, we're no longer close. And she told me, she came up with this idea that I really bought the idea. I thought it was so fantastic. Not for me to be a business partner, but for her to, in quotes, pick my brain. And I was like, yeah, sure, we can do this. I mean, she's my friend. I don't expect her to pay anything. I was willing to do or think of the idea for her. And just, you know, sometimes you need to talk to somebody for the ideas to be actually, for you to see how lucrative the idea is. So she told me about it. And I'm really good with like graphics. I'm good with colors. So I said, okay, cool. We thought about the idea. We thought about how it was going to work. I said, okay, you know what? Give me 2 days. In 2 days, I'd opened the official email, opened Instagram page, I'd done the logo, I'd helped her to curate her pictures, I'd given her kind of caption rather for her to put on like the pictures, I'd done the bio, everything. You already have an existing market base, just leverage on that with this Instagram page, making it more official. And people think business is just Instagram these days. Ridiculous. I told her, okay, you know what? Why don't you go and register this business name so that nobody else will take the business name? It's such a catchy name. You know, register the business name and let's keep it moving. I sent everything to her by mail so that she'll know that she's serious. We test run everything and she'll change your WhatsApp picture, you know, get a new line. The business was moving so fast. And y'all, I checked this girl's Instagram page 2 days later and she already had CEO, the business name in her bio. I just laughed. I'm like, Ele, you're serious. Like, this one is not serious. You don't have one client. Now this is, if we had made our relationship official, she would have been my client, right? Let me say I'm a business development manager. You don't have one client. You don't have one inquiry. Your business isn't registered. You haven't started activity on your business pages. You don't have a website. But yet, you've gone on Instagram to put CEO, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, girl, bye. You understand what I'm saying? And I just thought to myself that I give this girl 2 weeks. And then the first week, you know, all the work that she had done before, she had posted it up. You know, in fact, I can't even say the idea now because I know that if I say it, it makes so much sense. Someone else can poach it. To be honest, if I was actually really passionate about that idea and she was slacking about it, it was something I could have done. But obviously now I know better and I'm not interested in stuff like that. Do you know, because I just felt she could have, if she had worked hard at it then, right now she would have blown. You know what I mean? And I just, every day I would message her, hey girl, you haven't done anything about this. Not like you have a 9 to 5 presently. Why don't you, you know, do things for free? Now I'm going to use a pseudo business, like a fake business name. So let's say she was a baker and she had put up the things that she's not a baker. Let's say she was a baker and she used to put up things that she started baking. I was like, you know what, why don't you make cakes for free, give it to people as sample? I mean, that's how Sweet Kiwi started. That's one of the biggest yogurt companies in Nigeria. I have a lot of friends that they do a lot of events. You know, give them your flyer, tell them taste your cake if they have any event, and then you would they would call you for your services and stuff like that. She was like, oh yeah, I'll work on it. One thing, and you guys, 3 years on, Auntie has not done jack. She's had to delete that from her bio. That's how the business that never started died. Now imagine if you were in that kind of business with someone like that. You would see that they were more bothered about the aesthetic of the business, its initial gra-gra, like just the initial buzz about it, but they're not actually willing to do the work. They're not actually buy the ingredients, bake the cake, advertise the cake, count their losses and keep it moving. So you want someone that has the same goal for a business. You want someone that has the same work ethic, someone that they can put the slay queen aside and get the job done. You know what I mean? So you need someone that has the same foresight that you do. And if you are even that person that you realize that you're actually the one that you're not so zealous, you don't have enough You don't have enough enthusiasm about the business. You know, you need to find someone that they can forge you on, someone that is so passionate, someone that you've not said Jack Robinson, they're already on it, they've gone on Google, you're still asking where can I get, they've produced, they're very quick to act, and they're actually pro-result oriented people, not pro-aesthetic people. So those are the things I think you need to consider when you're looking at, you know, going into a business with somebody. Now for me, I think, you know, partnerships can be awesome, they can be excellent. Would I go into one? I don't know. Never say never. But if you want to go into one, I would say, you know, these points that I've listed, make sure you ruminate on them, think about it. I'm going to take it from the top. I said, don't go into partnerships with people based on sentiment. Go into partnerships based on their strengths. Don't go into partnership based on financial gain. Ensure the lines are not blurred. get a legal binding contract, make sure everything is expressly spelled out. Get someone that has the same work ethic as you, someone that you know that they have the same goal for the business as you, and I'm sure you'll be fine. And if you find out that all these things you cannot find anybody that fits it, don't be blackmailed or emotionally blackmailed into going into a business with anybody because you guys are childhood friends. No, do your thing yourself, and I'm sure you'll be fine. So thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you leave a comment below. Make sure you like. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Please follow me on Instagram. And yeah, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Share with your friends. And really, bruv? Share with your friends. And yeah, until next time, stay blessed. Bye.